going to begin our review video for section 5.3. That's chapter 5, section 3. And as always, whenever we start with a new section, we start with the learning target. So the learning target for today is to solve problems using the percent proportion, this percent proportion. Well, obviously our new vocabulary word is percent proportion. So let's get that definition down. A percent proportion compares part of a quantity to the whole quantity using a percent. So you've got the part compared to the whole is equal to the percent over 100. And we're going to be solving for various parts of that equation. Let's look at the first one. 34 is what percent of 163? Well, we set that up. We've got the part, which is 34 over 163. I'm sorry, 136. 34 over 136 is equal to our unknown percent over 100. To solve this, I'm going to cross multiply. So I've got 34 times 100, or 3400, is equal to 136 times n. To solve for just n, I'm going to divide both sides by 136. These will cancel out, leaving just n, and n would be equal to 3,400 divided by 136. And I'm going to turn to my calculator and do that. If I can get my calculator to come up here. So it's 3,400 divided by 136, and that comes out to be 25. So 25, and this is 25%. So n is 25%. 34 is 25% of 136. Please complete this next one on your own. You can pause the video and then come back and check to see if you got it correct. 63 is what percent of 210? So 63 over 210 is equal to x percent, or our unknown percent, over 100. Again, we've solved this by cross multiplying. So it's 6,300 is equal to 210 times n. Divide both sides by 210. That leaves just n, and n is equal to 6,300 divided by 210. And I'm going to my calculator to do that, and I get an answer of 30. So this is 30%. 30%. That tells me that 63 is 30% of 210. Here's a little bit different problem. Here we're given what the percent is. We're asked to find what number is 70% of 600. So what number is the part? So we're going to put part over 600 is equal to 70 over 100. That's the same as 70%. Again, I'm going to cross multiply to solve these. And I've got p times 100 is equal to 600 times 70. 600 times 70 according to my calculator is 42,000. And that's equal to 100 times p. I'm going to divide both sides by 100. And I'm left with 420. 420. So 420 is 70% of 600. 420 is 70% of 600. Let's continue on with that same type problem. I've got 18.2 is 28% of what number? So 18.2 is to some unknown number, as 28 is to 100. So now I'm solving for the whole. I'm solving for the whole part. I'm going to again cross multiply. That's my secret tool here. 18.2 times 100 is 1,820 is equal to 28n. Divide both sides by 28. N then is equal to 1820 divided by 28, and that comes out to be 65. So 18.2 is 28% of 65. 28% of 65. Looking at the bottom one here, please do that one as an example. Come back and check your notes. All right. 14.7 is 42% of what number? 14.7 of some unknown number. It compares to some unknown number as 42%, or 42 is to 100. Again, cross multiplying, cross product. This would be 1,470 is equal to 42n. Divide both sides by 42. And I get n is equal to 35. So my unknown whole part was the number 35. All right. Here's a concept summary that you'll want to remember. Look at the color pattern. You know 7%, or 7 is what percent of 10? So it's 7 over 10 is an unknown number over 100. All right, again, you cross product, you use product. What number, our unknown now is what number, so that's the top number, is 70%, or 70 over 100 of the number 10. And the last type pattern is what number do we are, what's the whole? 7 is compared to the whole as 70 is to 100, and we can solve that. So there's kind of the summary data for you. Couple practice. 12 is what percent of 8? 12 is what percent of 8? 12 over 8 is equal to n over 100. As I cross product and do my cross multiplication here, 12 times 100 is 1200 is equal to 8n. Divide both sides by 8. N then is equal to 1200 divided by 8 is equal to 150. So 12 is what percent of 8? It's 150%. 150%. Similar problem, 15 is what percent of 12? So 15 is to 12 as n is to 100. Cross multiply and solve. 15 times 100 would be 1500, and that's equal to 12n. Divide both sides by 12. N then is equal to 1500 divided by 12. And it's a 125. So 15 is 125% of 12. 125% of 12. Baseball, from 1999 to 2001, Derek Jeter had 11 hits with the bases loaded. This was about 30% of his at-bats with the bases loaded. How many times was he at bat with the bases loaded? So we're looking for the part. We know that 11 is to the part, all right, or to the whole number, as 30 is to 100. So again, cross multiplying. 30 times the whole number is equal to 1100. Divide both sides by 30, so it's 1100 divided by 30. And it looks like 36. I'm going to check that just a second here. Yep, that's 36.6 times. 36.6 times. That runs off to about 37 times that he was at bat in that situation. Similar problem here. Please pause the video, complete this problem, and then come back and turn the video on and compare. In 2005, Alex Rodriguez had 194 hits. This was about 32% of his at-bats. How many times was he at bat? So we had 194 hits out of some whole number. all the times that he was at bat was equal to 32%, or 32 over 100, cross multiplying 194 times 100 would be 19,400 is equal to 32W. Divide both sides by 32. That would give me W is equal to 19,400 divided by 32. He was at bat about 606 times. 606 times he was at bat in that year. And that completes our video.